Welcome back to Hypertoad.
Hello, this is how to download, set up, and use DeSmuME on a Windows PC. The first thing you want to do is go to desmume.org/download and find whichever one is compatible with your PC. It's possible that you don't have the correct drivers, so you'll probably want to take a look at this notice and make sure everything's up to date. If you don't know which version to download, just download the 32-bit and it should work fine. Once it's downloaded, go to your downloads and extract it. Now it's ready to launch, but you don't have any games yet. And also you can rename the folder whatever you want. Once it's been extracted, you don't need the compressed folder anymore, so you can just delete it. To get games, go to emuparadise.me and you can find a huge list of games to choose from. You can search for what you want, and if it has multiple consoles that show up, you can click Show Hide All, and then click NDS ROMs and it'll just show the DS games. When you find the games, there will usually be letters after them, like this. J is Japanese, U is United States, and EU, or sometimes just E, is European. So if you're watching this, you'll probably just want the United States versions. You can go to the download links and then click download. It might make you do a CAPTCHA or other kind of verification. Just do that and you'll get here, then download your game. I would like to mention that it's technically illegal to download games you don't own, but you're very unlikely to actually get in trouble for that, and it's for the most part ethical because Nintendo no longer produces Nintendo DS's or DS games. Once your game is downloaded, you'll probably have it in either a 7-zip file or a compressed folder, which means you'll probably need 7-zip or WinRAR. You can just extract everything. And even though I said you can extract everything, the only thing you need is the NDS file. So you can just get rid of everything else once you have it. Go into your DeSmuME folder and add a new folder called ROMs. And you can just put all of your games that you downloaded there. Now you're ready to actually launch DeSmuME. To open your game, go to File, Open ROM, and then double click your game. Now to set it up, go to View. You can set your LCD layout to have the screens in whichever order or position you want. You can set the rotation. You can change the window size. You can set it to always be on top, which means it has a higher priority over other windows. You can select Lockdown, which prevents you from moving the window or resizing it. For the screen gap, you can do narrow border, DS small, DS large. You can set the color of it. You probably don't want it to be editable via border dragging. I'll come back to magnification filter later. Maintain aspect ratio and pad to integer. You'll probably want those, even though you probably won't be resizing the window. You can hide the toolbar up at the top, and you can open the HUD to show things like FPS, input, and microphone. Now for config, go to frame skip. You should have limit frame rate, otherwise the game will run as fast as possible on your computer. And in case you're using a relatively slow computer, you can set it to 5 for the frame skip or anything. And of course, auto minimize skipping because you don't want it skipping unnecessarily. The emulation settings are fine just the way they are. The 3D settings are for the most part fine, but you'll probably want OpenGL, and if you have a slow computer you can disable some of these like fog and edge marking, even unrealistically high precision color interpolation, which would probably be the most impactful actually. For sound settings, the sound could sound glitchy, so to prevent this, you'll want synchronous, sync method P, and you can set the sound core to whatever you want. I'd recommend X Audio 2 interface, assuming that you have it. You can change the volume here too. The firmware settings allows you to change the system settings, including your nickname, your message, your favorite color, your birthday, and your language, or your default language. Microphone settings, I'd recommend that you just don't touch this, and I'll show you how to use that later if you have to use it. The control config lets you change the controls, of course. Just click on the control you want to change, and then press the key to change it. You can also enable impossible inputs, like left and right at the same time, or up and down at the same time. Hotkey config. If you want to use your microphone with the settings I showed earlier, you're going to want to set it to really anything. Now, pressing that button for the microphone will cause the games to react as if you're speaking or blowing into them or whatever. Path settings should be fine, but the ROMs should be in your ROMs folder. Background pause pauses the game if you click out of it or something like that. Background input allows you to control the game even if the window isn't selected. And for display method, you want OpenGL, which you'll notice makes a game look better and more like it's supposed to actually look. Now that I have the correct display method, I can go back to the magnification filter. You can try all of these, see which one works best. It'll usually make the window bigger like this. So if you don't want that, you'll have to change the window size back to a lower number. I recommend using 2xBRZ, or really any multiplication of these, if you want the game to look smooth. Otherwise, just stick with normal. The tools, most of these you'll never use except for cheats, which I'll explain in a later video. And that's pretty much all you need to start playing your DS games. But there are a few more things that I have to mention. Your game saves are saved in the battery folder, so if I don't want this save anymore, I can just delete it. And you can back those up to have multiple saves. That's pretty much it for this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Bye.